Hey guys, so this is the textbook that I've been using to help generate information to support my plans of care. There are other resources that I'll reference, like the Kisner and Colby Therapeutic Exercise textbook. I'll reference specific peer-reviewed functional outcome measures and post-op protocols if I'm doing a post-op surgical physical therapy case. We should have more than just our opinion to support medical necessity and support the things that we are doing. And having these resources available has been a lifesaver for supporting my clinical decisions. I recorded some content on my phone. I'll share that with you, or either I already have, or I'll do that separately, showing you how I just snap pictures on my phone, import it directly into ChatGPT 4.0, and then have it turn it into text that I can use. Now I'm going to show you how I use that text. So let me share my screen. Let's go into ChatGPT. I'm going to refresh this because we've got a couple things. So let me jump up here. These are images that I literally took pictures with my phone of the book. I cropped the picture down to just take the area that I want. So this is specific. Let's rename this. I'm going to click rename and we're going to go with APTA guide TKR. Just so I know, kind of, this is all from joint arthroplasty. It's not necessarily just knee replacement. But we've got this prognosis, right? Over the course of 6 months, patient client will demonstrate optimal joint mobility, motor function, muscle performance, range of motion, achieving the highest level of functioning in the home, work, or community and leisure environments during the episode of care. So we said course of 6 months. This is APTA research. During the episode of care, patient client will achieve anticipated goals, expected outcomes of the interventions described in the plan. The goal, global outcome for the patient for this class, this pattern. Then we've got expected range. APTA did the research and said 80%, quote, 80% of patients in this pattern will achieve the anticipated goals in 12 to 60 visits. APTA did the research. So these are elements that we want to put into our treatment models. Now, what does that mean? How do we use that? Before I show you that, let me show you one more thing. So this is another screenshot: gait, locomotion, balance during functional activities with or without use of an assistive device. These are things that we're going to be assessing during an evaluation for a joint replacement, likely hip replacement, knee replacement, gait and locomotion with or without an assistive device. So we want to see these things: a gait index. You could use Berg balance. You can use Tenetti. There's lots of different index scales out there. But okay, how do we use this? Let's jump into HippoScribe. Let's go to our templates. Let's go down. I've got Medicare. I've got a couple Medicare evaluations. So here is a Hello Note specific evaluation for Medicare. I'm going to go into this one. Now, I don't want to necessarily mess with this one, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on these three dots on the top right. I'm going to click duplicate. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and I'm going to say TKR, because this is going to be a total knee replacement specific evaluation template. Now, let me save the changes I just made. Let me go back a second and let's take a look at this. So here we have the Hello Note evaluation Medicare TKR. Here we have the general Hello Note Medicare evaluation. Now, I don't like it saying copy, so I'm going to click edit. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to change the name. I'm going to change this to general, and we'll save that. Okay, now if I go back in here to my specific TKR Medicare using the Hello Note EMR, I can come in here. We've got reason for referral, subjective complaint. Within the plan, there's a couple of things we can do within the plan. Now, what we want to do is we want to think, okay, where should we put this element, this content? If I look, now this is, I'm going to show you the top. This is a PDF document straight from APTA. It's way back 2014, but there's still some good information here, right? And so when we look at this, we've got information about like the initial evaluation and examination. But if we come down and we look at the plan of care, so we've got prognosis. Documentation of prognosis is typically included in the plan of care. Then we've got the plan of care. Overall stated goals, general statement of the interventions to be used, proposed duration and frequency, anticipated discharge. I would say that kind of justification goes within the plan of care. So if we come back here, we go into the plan, I click edit plan. In this section, please include any narrative description of the treatment plan. Also include the following quote. I'm going to come back to GPT. I'm going to grab this part. And let's say, according to APTA Guide to Physical Therapy Practice, second edition, 2003, for preferred practice pattern. Let me get in here. It's practice pattern H. Musculoskeletal practice pattern H. Musculoskeletal preferred practice pattern H. I can even do, I don't know if this is grammatically correct, but I can put the little single quote thing. Over the course of 6 months, patient, blah, blah, blah. And the prognosis. Let's come back here. Control C to copy. Come back here. Control V to paste. Now, I don't want it to be this generic. I want this information, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so we've got that. Now, I have some information that I have developed over the years that I want to include in this. I just need to find it. And this is my prognosis information. If you notice, I know you can't see it real well. This is basically the exact quote. This is from a different section of the APTA, but this is what I typically include. And then I also include rehab potential. So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to bring that in here. Put a little asterisk there. Rehab potential, patient display is good. Rehab potential and expectations for full return to premorbid functional status. Patient displays no cognitive deficits nor any learning difficulties Patient is alert, oriented to person, place, and time. The reason why I have that is because most patients are. Then we've got this, which is what I typically use for my general plan of care. Remember, APTA document right here, a general statement of the interventions to be used. So my general plan, recommend physical therapy to control inflammation, facilitate healing, educate patient about the condition. Here, educate patient about the condition, improve soft tissue integrity, mobility, develop support in related regions, improve postural awareness, facilitate normalized joint tracking, develop balance in length and strength of surrounding muscles to facilitate stabilization and endurance, progress toward functional activities to facilitate full return to pre-morbid status. And I like having this little blurb in here as well. Medical necessity and skilled care. Due to the patient's past medical history and increased risk for injury, this patient requires direct supervision and the skills of a physician, physical therapist, or licensed clinician under the direction of a physical therapist to provide the above listed interventions. This patient is not yet appropriate for referral to an independent self-management or home exercise program. I'm going to put the end quote there so that a HippoScribe will go into the narrative. It'll go into the ambient listening feature. It'll pull information related to the treatment plan that I specifically say during the session, but it will also give me this specific quote. So now what we're going to do is we're going to save this. Save. I'm going to save the entire template. And then let's run it. Let's go to sessions. Let's see if we can find the one, if it's been used, might not have been used before. I'm going to do Control F, knee. So discussion of post-op knee replacement. Let's run this. So I'm looking at all of my templates. I'm going to go to Hello Note Evaluation Medicare General. I'm going to regenerate this report. And let's see what we've got. Okay, so the first time I ran it, it did not give me that specific information. So what I can do is I can go to customize. Did I go into the wrong? I went into the wrong one. Sorry, guys. Let's find the right one. Here it is. Regenerate. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we get. There it is. That's what I'm looking for. And so you can see we've got, according to the APTA Guide to Physical Therapy Practice, blah, 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 musculoskeletal pattern 8, over the course of 6 months, 12 to 60 visits, rehab potential, recommend medical necessity. The patient left the session with a comprehensive home exercise program. So it pulled that sentence from the dictation or the ambient listening. And then it also pulled this information from the ambient listening and this. But the main thing is this came straight from my template. Guys, this is a game changer. Let me know what kind of questions you have. Let me know how I can help you improve the quality of your documentation.